Social Security without doing anything to it by just the numbers of fraudulent people on Social Security, people that are 115 years old, 125 years old, getting payments. It's funny, I said, oh, do those payments get turned back? No, they accept them. Well, somebody's getting the payment. It's not a person that's 125 years old.
Okay.
That's the least.
All right. Seems the White House is having a cabinet meeting.
Social Security. We're going to make our
not totally sure what it's about. They were talking about Iran, and now they're talking about
you've never seen anything like it. We're going to protect. I said
Social Security, maybe 120-year-old people collecting it. Markets having a day. Of course, Bitcoin sitting it out. Not having such a good streak lately, following the market to the upside.
As well as the largest autism fraud case ever charged by
autism fraud. Yeah, I thought that fool me once. I thought that would have something to do with the economy, or I don't know, anything. Maybe the global conflict going on, but I was fooled again, as always. But we are back. It's Wednesday, and Bitcoin looks pretty crappy, as it has. Bitcoin not having a great time here. By the end of May or early June, we're going to see, or we are seeing, an attempt at a golden cross on the daily time frame. I know this is the weekly chart, but it's on the daily time frame. The 200 and the 50 MAs coming to meet finally after being separated since mid-November last year. We have seen a test of the 200-day moving average. That is rejected price. We found some support at the 50 before opening now under the 50 this week and trading down. Things were looking actually really bad this morning, and it hasn't honestly ended. We haven't gotten out of that bad look, but it did slow down. Here we zoom in, we can see that 50-day moving average. We have played a little bit of the will they, won't they game back and forth before now this morning breaking to the downside. The good news is Saturday's low has remained intact for right now. Not really seeing a ton of strength on this low. Coming off the 200-day rejection. Not looking great. The 200-day continues to creep lower, now at 80.2 thousand. This is the pivot for me. Only trading at 75.1. We're not that far away, not even 10%, but that's the pivot. While we're below it, I think that shorts are the play. If we can move above it, we'll have done something in a bear market that has never happened and might suggest that the bear market is over. I would love for that to happen. You guys know more than anybody. I'd love for that to happen. But not gonna. I need to see it. Not gonna sit here and hope. That's a very easy, very clear line in the sand. It's very close to price, and until that potentially happens, we're just hanging out here, basically where we have been in prior bear markets, having not such a great time. Why is my computer getting so choppy all of a sudden? That's weird. Stream's good, but this is getting a little choppy. Double check. Check on the microphone. Let's see. This was live. It was live. What's he saying?
Our outgoing Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, who's a terrific person, actually.
Tulsi Gabbard.
To get him better, and he's a wonderful guy, so just say hello, and thank you for the great work you've done. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to ask JD to say a few words about the war on fraud, followed by Acting Attorney General
the war on fraud,
Blanche,
this man
who's
would
doing
know.
Fantastically, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
I guess other people talking would be a good thing, right?
And the Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, Central Casting. He loves war. I don't like it.
He loves war. That guy loves war. Just what we need. Anyway, I'm turning that off. I don't think they're going to say anything interesting. If you guys are watching that, I don't know, on your TV or another screen, let me know. If he says anything at all that seems to be relevant to today in the market, that would be great. Be amazing. Man. Bitcoin. When are you going to get interesting again? I feel so scammed, man. Like, we didn't get any. We got such a little bull run into 25. Now here we are. I mean, I can't complain about the price. 75K is a great price. Like 75,000. Bitcoin was trading down at four figures, and we saw it in 2020 just 6 years ago, hit 3,000. Now we're at 75. It's hard to rationally be mad at it, but it's so easy to emotionally be mad or disappointed because it's been so slow, and it just doesn't. The worst part is it just doesn't feel like that slowness is ending. It feels like, if anything, we're kind of just wading into this bog, and now we've gotten so far into it that we can't really even see the shore anymore. And it's like, now I don't even know how far away I am to getting to safety or to getting out of this. And I think that is the double beatdown, right? Why is TradingView so sluggish? Let me close a million of these charts. Maybe that'll do it. Probably disconnect here, smashing all these tabs up. Although all these tabs aren't lagging. All right, troll me. I'm just gonna get trolled by TradingView as usual. For once, I'm closing all the tabs. Usually I keep them open because I'm like, we're gonna look at that. People want to look at that. Just closing them. There we go. MicroStrategy breaking down. Perhaps telling people, after the worst earnings ever, perhaps telling them that you're going to sell Bitcoin at some point. Maybe you should have said that long ago. Probably not the best point. I mean, it did continue to rally after that, which is odd. It never actually touched the descending trend line here. But with today's trading, MicroStrategy has now broken market structure. Let me show you. Here we are. MicroStrategy breaking two highs, holding a higher low, breaking higher highs, heading into that upward trend line. This is downward trend line, heading into an upward trend. And with today's candle right around here at 150, we have seen a break of some of that market structure. Potentially, we could be looking for a rally for a lower high to build some kind of inverse head some kind of head and shoulders to head lower. However, this is not looking super strong right now. Probably want to look at the retracement here for strategy. 16186 at 135. That could be a reasonable place to look. 141. I like that zone. This thing has so much volatility. It's wild. Like, it rallied in February. This is one of our best calls all year. It did rally in February from 100 to 197. It 2x'd basically 2x from February into May. That's wild volatility. That's more volatility than Bitcoin, actually, right? Yeah. Bitcoin never 2x'd this year. If it did, we'd be back at all-time highs. I welcome that. But here we are watching MicroStrategy sell off. I kind of like this zone down here. See a little confluence of our 618 fib with our 141 extension. I kind of like this. Saddened that there's no clear high time frame resistance or support there that we could point to, but I think we'll take it. Strategy not looking so strategic at the moment. Holding like 140 or 140 down here could be all right for the short term, see something like this, but almost no matter how you look at it now with this break of structure, it's looking like a momentum leg to the downside again. I welcome opinions on that. Let me know how you're feeling about strategy. Maybe, why is this one? It's just this chart that's so laggy. Is it because the canvas is small? Let's try this. Let's try that. Did that make it better? Not really. It just doesn't like this one. Let's just make a new chart. There you go, TradingView. I don't know what it is about that one you don't like, but let's go ahead and just dump everything. Start new. Is that working? Maybe. Perhaps. Or is it this? Is this lagging it up? Using these MAs that way? Probably. Okay. Perfect. That's why you buy MicroStrategy instead of Bitcoin. I mean, I guess so. That's some volatility. Obviously, MicroStrategy down from its high way more than Bitcoin, from like 550 now 154. It's kind of completed like a whole bear market retrace for normal Bitcoin bull cycle. We nailed the top. Man, maybe we should be trading strategy because we nail it. Down 80% from the high already, yeah. That's like a full Bitcoin bull market to bear market retracement. It's actually more of a retracement than the last bear market. The last bear market was only about 74%. 80% sitting up high. You know, we could watch Bitcoin paint dry all day, which we probably will. Or we can look at some other charts. Tron. Justin Sun, send me some money, buddy. Justin Tron, send me the money. Give me money. Money, money, me money, give me Justin Sun. I'm always talking about Tron, not actually the token, but the chart. What is going on? Tron is just ignoring everything, doing its own thing, which honestly, it kind of has done. I mean, it's followed the greater crypto market, just like everything, since it started. 2018, we saw 2020, saw a bear market low. 21, we saw a high. 22, November, we saw a bear market low. Like it's still following with the greater market. But what is happening here? Tron is now breaking its high from, where are we at here? Breaking its high from August of last year. Higher high here after an all-time high at the end of December of 24 that got sold off. It gave back very little of that gain before now trending higher. Like Tron, I think, is looking for all-time highs, which makes no sense to me. Everything else is doing nothing. Tron is like creeping up. The one thing I don't think it will be, though, is like, I don't think it'll be fast and like euphoric. I think it will continue this grind where it keeps looking like it just continuously looks like it's going to go ballistic, and then does more of this, more of this grindy sideways. When you zoom out, you can see a pretty clear, like 45-degree angle here. Like this thing, the market making on this is like just the most defensive, I'll say strong market making. Like I feel as if Tron is either going to blast off and like pop into the top 10 over the next, I don't know, year or two, or it'll just completely rug pull. I don't know which one's going to happen, but I think there's a bet to be made. There's a bet to be made somewhere. The only other coin that I think looks anywhere near as strong as Tron right now is Hype. Hype's still looking pretty solid. We identified Hype that it was looking to break out to a new all-time high, or at least retest an all-time high days before it did, using the Hype BTC pair. Hype's value versus Bitcoin was trending towards all-time high mid-May. This wasn't even long ago. We said if it retests all-time high or breaks higher, the USD pair is likely to follow. And what happened? Like clockwork, there goes Hype into price discovery. So it's like Tron and Hype. I don't know. I would personally, I don't really have any passion for either of these coins, but that's okay. Hype did hit all-time highs coming in Thursday last week. No real price discovery here. No real expansion of price. We just see Hype tapping all-time high and now just resting there. Not making that big, insane crypto move that we were all hoping, I guess. It has retraced even today. Today's open at the previous all-time high. That's 59.45. I wonder if I go on my phone, because there's always these bots on the TikTok stream. If I go on my phone, can I ban them? No. Can't even see my live stream on my phone for some reason. I don't know. TikTok, you're weird. I have no idea how to moderate your chats. I don't know how to get rid of the bots. If somebody goes onto my TikTok and watches the stream, I will give you moderator and you can ban all the bots. How's that sound? Do it. Someone do it. Okay. Back testing that previous high. Hype at 59.45. I think there's a play there. I do not like longing things at all-time highs. I do not like longing anything in crypto right now. It has just been a losing practice for the last while. But if I was going to, Hype is probably there. It looks playable. It looks decent. Quant is a sleeper. Dropping in to say hello. How you doing? Not me. What's up, David? You don't use TikTok? That is absolutely fine. I do not blame you. I use it. I stayed away from it from a long time. Obviously, I was posting our content there for a while, and we had a ton of growth in the beginning, and it was just, from my experience, has not been a good platform to use as a creator. We started getting strikes for things that didn't even make sense. Nudity, I've never even shown man nip here. I mean, the videos that were getting nudity strikes were the animated shorts, the animated like trading shorts where there's like not even a living being in them to be nude. I don't know. I heard what it is. You feeling spicy? It is spicy today. Not on TikTok, Foxy. That's all right, my friend. I don't blame you. Either way, hype is on my radar. It's here. I don't like it. I don't want it to be true. I don't want it to be the thing at all-time high. But man, crypto does not care what I think lately. It does not seem to care what I support or don't support. It just is how it is, right? Is down 4% this week. Could see a further pullback, like 54. It would be very strange, though. I think it would be very strange to not see this continue to at least some kind of new all-time high. I do say that, and I realize how crazy that is, actually, because that's what every altcoin did throughout the entire bull cycle, all of like 24 or 25. They all just touched all-time high and then went back down. Like Ethereum, Solana, XRP, they all just like teased it and went back down. So maybe that is what's next, right? Maybe Hype and Tron are about to just pull a fast one on us. We'll see. Hope not. I appreciate you, Super Finance Bro. How you doing, brother? Check out Near David Williams. No man nip, I know. We're not that desperate yet. Not yet. Give it a few more weeks, though. Few more weeks. Few more of these red daily candles, and a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Is how it is. I shaved the beard off. I haven't had like it must be how people feel when they shave their head. I haven't had like sun or wind touch my face in months. It feels so good. Feels so good. Hype in chat. How you doing, Cactus Leo? What's up, boys? I was just typing in hype again. We can take a look at like random alts and shit that you guys want to look at, but I feel like there's probably other stuff moving that we should. Let me check out some of these alerts that I have set. SPX, I believe on Tuesday it opened to an all-time high for futures. Yep, touched all-time high, back down today. I guess continues its little creepy climb up. Let's see the next upside target. Let's use our Fibberoon, and our Fibberoon all roads 7,700. With this chart, honestly, just being so consistent, climbing so consistently, it's hard at all to be like, well, maybe we should take profits. But 7,700 is our measured move, our measured move target from April's retracement. April's retracement was the 1618 from 2025's April retracement. It seems like it wouldn't be a bad place to take some profit. Wouldn't be a bad place. God, I hope it all rotates. I hope it all rotates. Please all rotate. I need all of these gains to come to my Bitcoin. What do you guys think? Is it coming? I don't know where it is. Like, I don't really. I feel like inflation is driving everything. I don't know. What do you guys think it is? Who's here in the chat today? Actually, we got Backo Bart. How you doing, brother? I don't remember that name. Are you new here? Is anyone new here on any of the platforms we're live on? Let me know. E-commerce taxi, Ron Singolda. What's up, Cactus Leo? I already got you. Crypto Stevo, Das Peach, my guy. The boys are here. Thank God. I can always rely on the boys to be here. Foxy. I don't. You know what? This is. I think it's time. I do worry sometimes that, like, there's too many moderators on the YouTube that too many blue names, right? But I think, you know what, Foxy? I think you deserve this. Certainly there are others deserving of this wrench as well, but I think you deserve this, brother. Don't worry really about moderating much. Just like for the most part, we let people get away with whatever. You've seen it. You'll actually see other mods if they like hide someone or time someone out. So I would say whenever you get a wrench here, don't do much and just kind of watch for a while. Yeah. But there you are. Now you can put like the Discord link in the chat. That's a big thing. What's up, monkey? Banned for a nip slip. Who else there? Ooh, lots of names. Ace of Hearts was the first one here. Adam Buzzard. What's up, Adam? Good to see you, my friend. Arjunas, how are you? CBK Wahoo, always here, my friend. Guys, this is the core crew, skeleton crew. Cohen Wilson, what's up, man? Crypto ATX, David B, Das Peach, David Williams, Foxy with the wrench now. Very nice. Grim Rider, Hendrick, Hunt Like a Wolf. What's up, Johnny Crypto Crunk? You guys were all lurking, apparently. Everybody was lurking. There's more people here than I thought. Everybody was pretending like they weren't here. Shady. Sus. Don't be sus. One House Productions. What's up, brother? Not Me, Monkey, Mark Huber, Life with James, Randy Greer, Richard Morrissey, Super Finance Bro Pickle, my guy. Tillin. What's up, Zach Martin? Zach, it's been a while since you brought me some jams. What jams should we listen to? This is a good time. If you're out there, no matter what platform you're on, please subscribe, follow, join, tap the screen, like, share, whatever it is. Help pipe it up. Times are hard. Times are hard. People are going to be looking for people still here, communities that are still here, and that's us. So they need it. Bed Bath & Beyond up 8%. Let's go. How about Tau, QNT, Algorand? How bad is XRP? XRP what? Uh-oh. Chat refreshed. I missed it. You're near a bat long, bro. I wish bat would do something. Brave browser is amazing. I was one of like the original freaking like Brave creators. It was such a cool idea. I will even say bat was maybe one of the first cryptos with any like use case. And the use case was obviously using it like for ads on their platform or whatever. But yeah, not the most decentralized use case, but it was something better than, you know, vaporware fluff that literally it was like transactions per second and empty blocks. Like that was cool. It was a cool idea. It does seem kind of failed, doesn't it? I have never sold any of my bat as far as I remember. Maybe I have. You guys probably remember better than me. It's down at 10 cents. In 2021 it was at $2. 25 it hit 36 cents. Just continues downward. Such a cool project. Definitely on this bat chart, like I think it's kind of crazy to go long on, but sometimes we're crazy, right? Sometimes we gotta be crazy. I definitely could see a return to like this descending trend line. I don't know what that is, like 25 cents now. I can see that happen. I would say there's probably better bets. Would I buy the new electric Ferrari? No, absolutely not. Do you guys see whoa, what's up, Sonny boy? How did what? 11 people chat over on TikTok. Like, just nobody says anything. All the crews over on YouTube. The electric Ferrari. I would not buy it. Mostly because I don't know if I would ever spend that much on a car, period. But if I was going to spend that much on a car, it would not be that. I do like the idea. I would love I don't know, if I got it for free, yeah, I'd rock it for free, obviously. I like the idea of I want an electric car. If I could choose, and obviously if like I could cut out any inconvenience, like I could charge it at home and there were chargers everywhere, I want an electric car. I don't want a gas car. I don't want to support gas. Really, I just believe in the electric motor better. I think it's a better system anyway. But like, what is it? $600,000 for this? Meh. I think it's getting too much hate. I think people are like really hating on it too much. But again, you have to say like, well, it's like almost more than $500,000. It should probably be cooler, right? I don't hate it though. I don't hate it. If this was a $40,000 car, like, no, not 40,000. I don't even want to spend that much on a car. If I could buy this car for a reasonable price, and if it doesn't have to be a Ferrari, right? It could be something else, but just looks like this, I would rock it. I like the way it looks. I don't think it's a bad looking car. It doesn't remind me of a Ferrari though. That's probably what people are griping. It doesn't have like the Ferrari feel. Price tag's insane. Yeah, it is what it is. Would you guys buy it? But how about you? Would you buy it? Hey, what about the one girl in chat? Where's the one girl in chat? Not me. Let's get her. No, I'm just kidding, guys. We love women here. We don't hate women. I don't know. Do you guys feel that too? There's this weird like in culture. There's this like weird bubbling, and I think it is really well kind of defined by like the looks maxing stuff going on right now. The looks maxers. This is like this weird culture of like, it's like a like men hating women. I know, but yeah, misogyny has existed forever, but it's just like becoming more popular in culture. It's very strange. It's very strange. I love women. I hope you love women. If you're gay and you love men, that's fine too. But I hope you. I don't know why. It's so weird, dude. What is happening? It's so weird. Also, it is blue, and I love blue. So yeah, you're right. You're right on there. It is an honor. Oh yeah. Even the China bots don't come back. Yeah, don't. Zach is true though. Don't talk. Do not talk shit about dubstep. Talk shit about dubstep, and you're done. I do love it. Good kind of wrench attack. That's funny. What's up, Mark Huber? How you doing, bro? Echo Leaf, how are you? Dude, there's actually like a lot of you are here. You're just lurking. That's cool, guys. If you tune in, you're just lurking. That's fine. Don't worry. I do love when you bring me your thoughts and ideas too, though. They're valuable. It's good to see people are here, though. Cyan Ryan, what's up, Dark Sai? Derek Merrill, you're always here. You're GOAT. Derek, honestly, if you are someone who deserves a wrench as well. 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐫𝐭 𝐬𝐫𝐵, dude, just the OGs. Thought it was a good idea. OG AF. What's up, Joe Potter? Joanny Cholson. Justin Irwin. There we go. I'm smart. Lee, who else? Nature Joe. S Crypto Guy, South Jersey. Andy, how you doing, Andy? Venom Hex. What's up, boys? Lurking all the time. That's right. Bitcoin 69K. Sure. If I could control the market, I would put Bitcoin right here. Right here. This is the crazy part. So if Bitcoin does sell off, 69K is maybe low enough. Probably not. Probably needs to be lower. But if Bitcoin does dump as it looks like it wants to, rejected from the 200, failed to hold support on the 50, looks like you're rejecting from the 50 now. The only thing kind of keeping the dam from cracking or keeping the dam from blowing up is just the low from Saturday. 73.9's taken out. This thing it just looks like it wants to retrace the whole move. It looks like it wants to come 70, like 66, like the whole move, man. Looks like he wants to just dump. But what I was saying is, if that does happen, and it really does kind of look like it's going to, if that does happen,
He's a good man, that one.
Woo, wonder what they're talking about here. I'm sure Trump is still
But I was
talking.
just going to do that too, where you walk on. So we sandblasted that. This is all additional work. We didn't want to do, when you do something like this, when you do the one, you think the other looked okay, but then when the other, you see the new surface, the old stuff.
That's just what I was thinking. Anyway, that's live right now. Keep tuning in to like think if something meaningful is being said, but I'm being silly. As I was saying, if Bitcoin does perform this crazy move, and especially if it trades under like 60K, right? Because I don't want this to happen. I'm bullish Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Bitcoin forever. But if we project it from the 200 and we don't hold the 50, well, it does look like we are right around where we were in November, right? You have some higher highs here. You have a momentum leg painted. Like, this is what everyone's been watching for months. That's kind of what it looks like here. If it does happen, this golden cross, which is just so interesting to me, the 200 daily moving average and the 50 daily moving average are actually looking to cross bullishly. I'd say at this point, from the lower trading, like the first day of June, maybe the first week, if it takes a little bit longer, we will see a golden cross in the day. And I know you're going to say, but crosses are lagging. Well, it's an interesting concept here. Certainly that statement is true, right? Certainly crosses of all kinds are lagging. That's a true statement. However, this is a cross that hasn't happened yet. So if we say it's lagging, that would suggest, that there was some bullish, it suggests there's some bullishness. But if Bitcoin sells off here and just starts the next leg down, we actually won't get this cross. I would say there's still enough time for this cross to be invalidated and not happen. Certainly there's not a lot of time, but there is enough. If price really moves down, we can see, and you really actually can already begin to see this happening on the 50 moving average here. You see I'm going to hide the candles. This might help. There we go. You can actually see this 50 is dropping high candles of data. You can tell because the curve is changing and it's flattening. It's dropping 50 days ago, higher closes on candle, higher prices. And it's adding in these lower candles as we generate them. And you can see this flattening out. If that continues, and if it accelerates even more so, this can curve pretty strongly and it can avoid that golden cross. So it's a weird thought process of crosses are lagging. Well, this cross might not happen. So then what? Like, what is it doing then? It's lagging, but it doesn't actually happen. It's just like an interesting thing to think about. It is possible. At the current trajectory, let's see. I like to use straight lines for this, even though it's absolutely not a perfect science. This is like a little bit of that kind of moon math, maybe astronomy trading, a little hocus pocus, a little reality. If we just kind of approximate this, June 4th, the lower we trade into June, so if we trade obviously down and break this low, or even just hold this range and move sideways, the lower we trade, the longer, the more delayed this cross will be. And as I said, it's possible that it just actually won't happen. It's possible with enough downside that we'll get something like this. I call this a bearish kiss. The bearish smooching. Because it comes in for that smooch and then it just gets rejected and it says, no, you misread that situation. I like you as a friend. You get friend zoned via the chart. It's not fun. I really don't want that to happen. I really, really, really want something new to happen. I want to see the stupid cycle end. I want to see an unpredictable Bitcoin again. Bitcoin, I don't know if I told you guys about this. I forget who I was hashing this out with. I think my friend on text the other day. Bitcoin's upside has been disappointing, especially in this cycle. Even in 2021, that upside was not that, I mean, it's certainly better than this cycle, but that upside was kind of disappointing too. It didn't really go along with the craziness that Bitcoin has shown us over the years. And I was talking to my friend and they were just saying like, oh, it's just so miserable. They're like, I don't want to even look at it. And I was like, I get that. I wish I could do that. I said, but there might be something else going on here. And it's something that I have observed to be true throughout the entire time that I have understood and followed Bitcoin, is the lows are always, how do I phrase this? The lows, the bear market lows, the pullbacks have always seemed to move in a less like technical analysis way and a more kind of sentiment way. All of the extreme lows I've ever experienced with you guys live or, before I was streaming have had this cloud of doom, like doom in the, not like now it just sucks. It's just miserable. It's like discouraging, but like doom in the sense of this is going to fail, like failure. When Bitcoin broke down here in 2017 to 18, people were talking about Bitcoin going to like $100. They're talking about Bitcoin like collapsing due to like death spiral, right? Like the price would go down and then miners would stop mining and then the miners wouldn't return. It was a whole thing. 2020 had its own doomish. Obviously, everything was collapsing and people were thinking, this is over for Bitcoin. This is the last thing people want to put their money in when the world's falling apart. That didn't age well. In 22, this was another big collapse. Everyone was thinking, oh, this cascading liquidations from FTX, Celsius, BlockFi, that's going to end the market. It's just like they're going to take it to zero. Everybody was waiting for lower, it just didn't come. As time has gone on, the doom, the realistic possibility of Bitcoin failing has faded. And it kind of seems like the gains, like the upside has been hand in hand with that. Maybe it is less related to charts and more related to this concept. Is like as it became more of a sure thing, it seems like it lost its upside. It seems like it lost its reward, which I mean, makes sense. When you reduce risk, you always reduce return. It's just math. It's math. You really can't get around it. And going into this cycle, going into 25, as Trump was elected president, he was speaking at the Bitcoin conference. He was talking about people, Bitcoin president, Bitcoin government. They're going to do so much. We're going to the moon. It's the biggest catalyst. What it did is it cemented this safety and this concept of, like this can't fail. It won't fail. The president is backing it. It's got ETFs. It's got Michael Saylor, and that like kind of potential was just removed. Right? It was just taken away in a way that it has probably been chipped away at over the years anyway. But it really removed a lot of that. Bitcoin was never going to fail. It wasn't going to fail for the last decade plus. Like, it just wasn't going to happen. This didn't really change that, but I think what it did is it brought in investors with this safe mindset. People never entered Bitcoin thinking it was safe, like, ever. And that is like kind of what I'm getting at, is I think we have seen these returns diminish as things have felt safer and safer. And so what we're seeing now, maybe what we're seeing with the all-time high being 120,000, with stocks continuing to run, commodities running, tech and AI running, and Bitcoin just sitting there, is maybe it needs a stronger flush. It needs longer, more miserable price action. It needs to have something that is proportionate to the safety that people kind of assume now or view now. And I think it's actually doing a really good job of that. The price is doing a great job of crushing that. If you look at it, just the fact of everything else at all-time high and Bitcoin not is just really demoralizing, and really, like, it does call into question people's investments, especially newer people that jumped in when it was safe. It's like, you're just losing. Like, it's down against everything. Like, in Bitcoin, other than other alts, like, Bitcoin is down this year against almost everything. Like, because it's a red year, while everything's at all-time high. It's down 22%. And I think it basically is doing what it's always needed to do. I use examples of the previous bear market lows, which is just grind it out, and it looks different because that safety has been experienced. And so it needs to do something to, like, equal it. So maybe it's less about the chart and more about what does it take to just get people out. And I think it's doing a great job. I never really viewed Bitcoin as like a gamble in that sense, but it's not really about me. It's about these other people who entered. Perhaps the quantum FUD, this is another circular like idea I was wanting to come back with. Maybe this quantum FUD is the real catalyst that we are kind of waiting for, the real catalyst that we need to bring back. As I said, I never viewed Bitcoin as like this risky thing. To me, it was a sure bet. I learned about it. It was a sure bet. This thing can't go anywhere. I understand. I get it. This is a sure bet for me. Not saying it is, for anybody financial advice, but for most people, they didn't experience that until very recently. The quantum thing going on, guys, we've heard about this quantum threat literally since like 2018, or I don't even know. Like, we've heard about it every year. Will quantum eventually threaten cryptography? I think that's reasonable, even if it's not quantum, right? It could be some other kind of computing. That would be quantum. It's reasonable. But it isn't like the threat that people are selling it as. And maybe that's the uncertainty and the doubt factor and the like realistic threat of it all dying that we need to get like those returns back, to have like our cycles return to the craziness that they've been. Like, as it becomes more safe and there's these things removed from the table, oh, it's not going to fail because of this or that. Like, maybe we had to have introduced new fear. And I kind of feel like that's where it's going. I even if quantum like progress goes really well for the next like decade and like everything works the way they think it works, I don't think we're anywhere close to cracking SHA. Like, there are so many elements that I clearly don't understand either that are involved with this. It's not just like, it's like saying, I don't know, like, you're in a Formula One race, right? And it's like, okay, the you have to win, and winning is the cracking, right? Of like using quantum to crack cryptography. Winning the race is the quantum. You say, well, okay, I have a car that has 10 times the horsepower of any other car. Does that mean you're going to win the race? No, not at all. Like that's no. So like, not at all. There's so many other elements. Finesse. Like you need to be able to steer it. The other components have to be able to work. Just having the raw power doesn't win the race. And it's the same thing I think with quantum. It's like as these computes get bigger, they have the power, but power doesn't do the thing. If you like having enough horsepower doesn't win you the race. All other things considered, like you have the driver and the car it can handle and the steering and all these other elements too. Yeah, then you win the race, right? But just having the power, the computing power for quantum doesn't do that. You can have the power, but have no way of actually doing these calculations, of actually cracking things, right? You could just like be able to do these long, different equations, like really big ones that we didn't think we could do, but it doesn't boil into like something that actually can brute force seeds or something. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm doing a little rambling, but it's good rambling. Needs to be said. It's like just having the computer that people are like, you need 1,000 qubits or whatever to like crack it. Having 1,000 qubits doesn't crack it. You have to have 1,000 qubits that like you can make do what you want them to do. And that's a question I don't think we have answered yet, if that's even possible. You have to build like user interfaces and programs and like operating systems and all these things that like will use it eventually. Quantum or whatever other kind of organic computing, DNA computing, whatever it is, like eventually, yeah, it'll threaten it, but it's not tomorrow. It's not anytime soon. If it is, I feel like we're all doomed. That's kind of the other side of it. Yeah, we're all doomed anyway. So yeah, missiles will start flying. All the banks will read zero in their accounts. There's the whole thing. Bitcoin will not be the first or most attractive target. Anyway, all right, that was a long one. I was rambling, my friends. It was a good ramble, though. I liked it. Enjoy my streams for many years. My dedication is off the scale. Watches, radios. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Folsom. Other people aren't talking about Satoshi split all of his Bitcoin into 22,000 wallets. Almost all of his wallets hold 50. Satoshi mined each block to a new wallet address. People who yell about a lot of these things have no concept of any of this. Satoshi's wallet isn't cracking one wallet. It's cracking thousands and thousands of wallets. It doesn't seem likely. And in the event that all of a sudden Satoshi's coin started moving, it would be terrible for Bitcoin and crypto. Like, terrible. But honestly, I think we just fork it out. I think miners just come together and say, hey, this is a decentralized system. Yeah, we don't like to police like this, but if we don't do this, it's like the end. And so in order to preserve, we just have to get rid of these. We have to just like deny these transactions. And that is actually part of a decentralized network, is if the network decides that's what's best, they can do that. Do I agree with it? No, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it. Do I think it probably should be what's done in that scenario? Yes. I don't agree with it as like a true maximalist of decentralization. But I also just don't think they'll ever move. I think if they ever do move, it'll be from some kind of like quantum encryption breaking, something like that. I don't think they will. Satoshi certainly will never move them. That is for true. Fork it out, my friends. You eat steak with your hands like a caveman's. It's actually pretty cool. I don't think it's a bad way to do it. I actually just went to a Brazilian steakhouse last night. Oh yeah, it was so good. Oh, and relevant news about me. My favorite topic. I have my little surgery tomorrow. This little guy. And now you guys can't really see it normally. It's like down here, you can't really see it. Here's this little bump. So I have a badass scar there. It's a lipoma. It's just like a little cyst, fatty cyst. It's not cancer. It's nothing to worry about. It's not even like a surgery. They just numb it like at the dentist, and they're gonna cut it, pull it, sew it. but I'm still a little anxious about it. I've actually never had a surgery where they cut anything, so I am a little anxious. There's no anesthesia or anything. A little anxious, but it'll be all right. Yeah, no, I'll be fine. It's not even. It's honestly, it's like an operation. It's not really. It's not surgery. I just feel weird after that. Yeah, I'm not worried about the pain. I don't know. I don't like scars, and I've never been cut open. That's what it is weird for me. I don't like needles. You guys know that. So like being cut open is very similar. Yeah, I'll definitely feel it. I have other ones that like aren't, different areas and stuff. This is the only one that bothers me because it like interrupts my silhouette. I have one like on my stomach that is, you can't see it at all, but it's in between my abs and it's uncomfortable for me, and I'm gonna have them do that one eventually. But I wanted to just do one first. Like they'll do however many you want a day, but like that one, the doctor said they might put me out for. I want to see how it goes, like I know even if this hurt, even if they like didn't numb this, like I think I could get through it. Like I think I get through that. It's on my arm, but like other areas are more sensitive. Gets this in your neck and back at you. Why does Ben McKenzie hate crypto so much? Who's Ben McKenzie? Why does he hate crypto so much? I have found that most people who hate crypto don't understand crypto at its core. It falls into two camps. They either don't understand crypto at its core, which is the biggest culprit, or perhaps they do. But what happened is they were introduced to crypto and they denied it. They shut the idea out when they didn't understand it. And then over time, they saw how bad of a move that was. Like, they had Bitcoin at $100. Their friends like, dude, you got to get this. Just put in, or they Bitcoin at like $10. Like, just put in like $200. Like, just put a little bit of money. And they're like, no, you're stupid. And then like they watched it, they watched over these years how dumb they were, and they're embarrassed. They're just embarrassed by it. They have like this sunk cost fallacy of, I didn't do it then, and so now if I do it, not only am I wrong, but like it's too late, even though I thought I was like too late then. Those are the two camps. There's very little outside of those two camps. Maybe there's a third one of like people who have a financial interest in crypto not being a thing and Bitcoin not being a thing, like banks, maybe the ultra wealthy. Like, think about if you're Elon Musk. Honestly, probably why you shut the hell up about crypto. If you're the richest person on earth, you don't want Bitcoin to succeed. You don't have anything to gain from it succeeding. You're already the richest person on earth. You don't want the financial system that props up you being the richest person on earth to change in any way. It's just risk. There's no reward for you. The best case is you're still just the richest person in the world. And there's no change there. Those are the three. The trace. Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff is one of the biggest examples. But he also falls into maybe he falls into a fourth category of like very few people who are anti-Bitcoin for marketing reasons. I guess number 3 and 4 are kind of entwined. So you're right. It's like people who have a financial interest in putting it down, whether it's directly or just as marketing, like Schiff. Peter Schiff is all marketing. Honestly, Peter Schiff's a pretty smart guy. I would not doubt that he totally understands that he has a decent comprehension of Bitcoin and a decent comprehension of its value and does understand it. Wouldn't doubt it if he owns a bunch of Bitcoin. Wouldn't doubt it. Whether it's like through proxy or direct. Wouldn't doubt it. Certainly his website has accepted Bitcoin to buy gold, his gold site, for like a decade. He was like one of the like earlier people. Ask for ketamine, you'll be fine. That's true. Ben McKenzie, though. His guy? Wow, look at that. Why does Ben McKenzie, the first thing is hate Bitcoin, hate crypto? That's wild. Oh, you know what? Maybe there's another camp. People who lost a bunch of money and feel, it's like people who feel stupid about it. Get rich quick scheme. I mean, that's fair though. That's fair. Crypto largely has been a Ponzi get rich quick scheme. Most of crypto. No, I'm not gonna say Bitcoin. Bitcoin, no. The OC guy says Bitcoin's still a Ponzi scheme. I guess he's going to fall into the camp of marketing. He's getting attention for it. Attention is valuable. That's his thing. Minor procedure, yes. Paid by the banks. Poor BitBoy. Yeah. And he makes videos about how evil it is. Well, there you go. He's a Schiff. He's a Peter Schiff. He has like a financial incentive to put it down, marketing, whatever it is. We can look at some more charts here. We're getting off track as we usually do. Let's go back, have a second of Trump speaking.
And Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up. They understand that. They'll be fine.
What?
Mr. President,
You still have to blow someone up?
Do you feel to get the Strait of Hormuz open?
Well, you have to say, the United States has so much oil that we are an exporter of oil. So we have plenty of oil. We're
Too much oil,
lucky.
frankly.
We're
Too much.
blessed with the greatest piece of land in the world from that standpoint, and we have more than anybody else. And we have Venezuela to it. We have I think 64% of the world's oil, and we're getting on very well with Venezuela. By the way, it's doing really beautifully. The big companies moving in. It's going to be amazing because it's also like us. They're very blessed in that sense. But we have natural energy that no other country has.
Okay.
We have more than anybody else. So it's really a world problem because most of the world doesn't have that. And we're making it available. During the closing, I don't know if you've seen some of the satellite pictures, boats, hundreds of boats lined up. It looks like, I used to say, the Long Island Expressway with cars. They're lined up and they're coming to Texas, Louisiana, they're coming to Alaska to fill up their boat, their big boat. Some of them are really big, 2 billion gallons. Even bigger than that now they make them. They make them up to 4, Chris, I hear. Now they make them up to
even
4.
bigger boats?
The 4 are now the big ones. Used to be the
Have you seen a
ones.
boat?
Now it's
Used to be
4
this big,
million
now they're this big.
barrels of, think of that, 4 million barrels of oil in one boat. But they're lined up and they're right now heading to Texas, and they've already filled up and they've gone back. In addition to that, you have a
Pretty
lot
much
of
it's not
boats,
even a problem
about 14,
anymore.
1,500 boats in the strait wanting to get out, and at the right time we'll release them.
But the American people, sir, are seeing higher gas prices.
Yeah, they
It's
are.
come down a little bit, but it's still $4.
No, it's come down.
45
Oh, it'll come down a lot. It'll come down to where it was before. We had it when I was in Iowa. We had we're driving by and we saw gas stations, $1.90 a gallon, $1.85, $1.87 were the three that we saw. We had it down in some places below. Now we can't help but California where they charge so much tax that you lower it and they charge tax.
That's fair.
They've
What about
got to
Nevada,
straighten
though?
the act out in California, but we had oil.
What about
we
Oregon?
had
What about
gasoline
Idaho?
down to a very low number.
Washington?
I think we'll be hitting that number shortly after that whole excursion ends.
Does that give you more urgency?
But regardless of anything,
Terrible
Marco
map
said better
coloring.
than anybody can say it. You can't let them have a nuclear weapon. They would use it instantly. They wouldn't think about it. They would use it instantly. I've gotten to know them. They would use it instantly.
Does that give you more urgency, Mr. President? You've said that you're in no rush to make a deal, but with gas prices that are still high across the country, people are paying more for travel. Does that give you more urgency to make a deal? Why doesn't it?
Well, I'll tell you the primary urgency I have. I said this, it wasn't covered properly, but the primary urgency is that we can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon. But at the same time, we have a tremendous amount of.
Have we? The dead ass. So did we find? Did we confiscate a nuclear weapon? Well, no, because I guess he said if they had one, they'd use it right away. Never mind. I was gonna. I don't know. Yeah. Well, we gotta stop them. I'll agree. I don't want them to have a nuclear weapon. But I also don't agree with going into their country and starting a war. Do you guys remember, really quick, how many weeks was it before this war started that Trump was really mad he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize? How many weeks was it, roughly? Nobel Peace Prize. What a goof. What a goof. There is enriched uranium, yes. I wish I was enriched uranium. We're all unriched uranium. Taxes are higher. Yeah, that was a weird coloring. I didn't like the coloring of that. Let me see. What kind of alerts do we have going on? Klarna Group climbing today. Klarna Group back to February's gap here. Overextended or looking for more? Actually, I could see both arguments. I don't remember what Klarna Group is. I don't pay attention to too much of this BS-ery. Klarna. Was this one of the ones that went to China with Trump? Maybe. Could be. Klarna Group, maybe a little more upside here. A little bit. $20? It's hella sold. I mean, what is $60 to 12, 80% retrace, 80% retracement. Klarna, what a good name. I don't know if it can break like 1850, if it can break the descending high trend. I'd see an argument for like 30, 20 and 30. Yeah. Not as interesting as I thought it would be. I put another alert there. MicroStrategy, we already peaked at, broke some market structure, not looking great. NAS 100, here we go, baby. All-time highs. All-time highs. Do we even have a place to look next? 30.8 thousand. We're at the measure move, though. That's spooky. I don't love that. We're at the measure move here. NAS 100. Already. Actually, not already. Literally today. These have been pretty decent predictors of like local tops, at least for SPX and other things. But for NAS? Okay, that's spooky. Kind of looks like this is topped for now. If this isn't topped for now, like we don't see like a retracement, then I think that stocks are about to do like a blow off top. August-ish time frame. Because where else are we gonna look? Like at this point, there's nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to go. I would be closer to a short then, or at least profit taking on longs. Ooh, WLFI, World Liberty Finance. You guys remember World Liberty Finance, Trump coin? Do we live in the strangest fucking timeline, dudes? Just like openly rug pulling. Open rug pull. Totally fine. I guess I will be fair here. So few people have been prosecuted for like rug pulls in crypto that, I mean, it's not, it would be crazier if people did get prosecuted at this point. Down 91% from its listing on Binance. So could have traded higher than that. I'm not sure. Probably that was the top though. Binance listed it and destroyed it. Who are we kidding? They didn't destroy it. At some point, it was like it was the same mechanic that the SafeMoon guy went to jail for. He got like 100 months in jail or something. He advertised that these like dev coins were like locked up and like they couldn't be sold or whatever. But there was a backdoor and they could, and they moved them and they sold them. That's like, to my knowledge, fact check me here if I'm wrong. To my knowledge, that's exactly what happened with this. That there were coins that they claimed were like locked up and couldn't be moved, and then they moved them and liquidated them. The exact same thing as the SafeMoon guy. He did go to jail though. You're honestly crazy if you're buying this, but that's the thing is no one's buying this. No one is crazy in buying this. What it is, let's call it a spade. This is a way that foreign governments and interests can give money directly to Trump with no oversight, bypass all kinds of corruption guidelines, all kinds of everything set up to prevent foreign influence. Like, that's what this is. That's it. Like retail, like no one's buying this. Like certainly some retail bought some because they're, we buy everything, right? Certainly we did maybe in 25, but none of this now. Not at all. Nope. Could not change my mind on that. This exists simply to funnel money in a way that is not supervised. Period. Parit. This is the big chart. USD JPY. This can break out. New all-time highs coming for USD JPY. It does seem that despite the Bank of Japan's efforts, they were unable to run enough interference to keep this going. Wait, no, they bought it up. I always get confused because for a while I was looking at JPY USD. No, they did. The Bank of Japan did it successfully, right? They defended it because they were buying these dips. And now we're going back to all-time highs. Seems. When that alert goes off, there's going to be some craziness. Let's go through some of these alerts still. 𝐂𝐡 𝐂𝐡, 𝐂𝐴𝐷. All-time high yesterday, now pulling back. 𝐂𝐡 actually looks decent for like an entry of some kind. This looks so manipulated. What was going on here? 1999. Very, very not suspicious at all. Not even a little bit. Put up. Rejected. Ooh, gnarly div on that high though. No. Nope, I'm not looking for a long. I would honestly wait on this for like a break and a back test and even look for the long, like the same price after it's broken. I feel like if you long now, you're just gonna catch it down. SPX divided by money supply is back to business, I suppose. Still kind of battling it out for, is it going to reject, isn't it going to reject? Back above the 2020 high. Not doing anything, though. Hasn't broken out. Hasn't nuked. Maybe waiting for the Fed? I'm not sure. Micron. 950. Hell yeah. Where's Nimoy? Nimoy? $955. $1,000 target coming in hot. $1 trillion company now. Micron. Hot 8 breaking out. Gonna add alerts back so I don't forget about these charts. Okay. Poor Bitcoin. Poor corn. Poor me. Poor us. Kid that went to prison? What? Cards in 𝐂𝐡, says Crypto Stevo. Ew. Cardano. Yeah, what is going on with Cardano? Why is there so much Cardano like drama right now? Like I'm seeing like Charles Hodgkins on my timeline. I'm seeing oof. Yeah, this does not look good. It's almost as if proof of stake was always a Ponzi. Sorry, proof of stake. Honestly, though, so we can make fun of ADA BTC, like we can. It's warranted. The only problem, though, with making fun of it is if you compare it to some others, it's actually not as bad. Yeah, it's like near all-time low, but you got to put it into reference of many coins from 2017 have been putting in all-time lows for years. Right? Like many of them look like this. So the fact that it's like just near its like all-time low and hasn't broken it, like is relatively stronger than many. I'll give it to it. It gotta be fair. This chart looks like 𝐒𝐻 though. This is an 𝐒𝐻 chart. ADA is back to its bear market like low. You break 21 cents, you're looking to like fall in half quickly. Not that many with the market cap of ADA. I mean, many of them have had market caps of like of ADA. Yeah, highly shielded. True. Is a project assault? I still have mine. Full. It's just a bullish full retrace is all. Yes. I mean, I still have all my ADA. It's all sitting in a wallet. I never sold any of it, guys, so don't blame me. It's not my fault. It's not on me. I think a lot of markets are waiting for the new Fed to speak. We're looking at 2030 being the new top for Bitcoin. 2029 probably. 2030 would probably be the bottom of the next bear market. If everything continues the way it's, if the cycle continues the same way it has been, yeah. We'd look at like 2019 at an all-time high, 2030 as a bear market bottom. Japan's gonna hike rates. Probably the whole world's gonna hike rates. Spot on. Thinking not me. What's up, Wise Wizard? Caspa. The solution since inception. Caspa's not doing great either. How's Milena doing? Milena coin. I'm gonna look at it. I can tell you right now, it's down a bajillion %. I'm also not gonna lie to you, Caspa looks very bad as well. This is like why I've avoided looking at a lot of alts lately, is I hate being pessimistic, especially in crypto. Like, I hate it. But like it just all like Bitcoin is bad, but it's like Bitcoin's bad, but I believe like there'll be an end in sight at some, like end of the tunnel eventually. And also it doesn't look as bad as alts. Alts look way worse. But like you look at almost any alt chart and it just looks terrible, dude. Caspa lower highs against Bitcoin, retesting support over and over and over again. Like, this pattern has a high hit rate of delivering more downside. We have seen it fake out and go into rally. We've seen it happen. But like, as an analyst, just objectively, that is just bad. It's not good. It's a bad look. Dollar pair actually might look a little better. If it can hold exactly where it is today, it could start looking a little better here. I was thinking we're going to see like a symmetrical flag. It's still pretty on the table. And just keep redrawing it. I remember, man, wasn't like Sam Crypto Lifer, wasn't he like, I remember reading him and be like, I sold all my Bitcoin for Caspa. I swear it was like up here. I don't follow other people's portfolios and things. I just remember that like tweet or something, and I was like, that's crazy, bro. That's wild. And I bought some. I had a good trade. I remember rebuying at 10 cents and being like, I'm so smart. I sold it at 20, better at 10. And then like just like I still have it now. Now it's at 3. Now it's at 3. Dude, there's just like so few alts that have any kind of strength that they get this move. What's up, Power Friend? Think of Sol in 2020 or look at Cast today? I mean, sure, I can think of it. But if you want that comparison, here's what you're looking at then. Over the next like 5 years. If you think it's gonna do what Sol did, Sol just went back to all-time high and then immediately dropped. Like Sol is a terrible chart, I feel like. To be like, my coin looks like Sol. It's like, that's a bad thing, bro. You don't want it to look like Sol. Pick a better coin. Pick a coin that looks better. Yeah, like all right, back to all-time high. Went to 261. You traded at 270 one day, 4 years later, and then you fell down. That's bad. You don't want that. Anytime, like, this is why I said I don't like looking at altcoin charts too much lately, because I don't like being pessimistic. And virtually every time that I do say, this looks terrible, it's like the people following it, like, take it like personally. It's like, that's wrong. It's like, dude, it's not just Cass. It's like all of them. It's not Cass. It's not Cass is bad. Cass is weak. It's like all of them are weak. All of them look bad. Some look worse than others. There's like 2 I can name that it all look good. It's like Hype and Tron. Everything else is just shit in the bed. It's like everything. It's not unique. It's not specific. I don't know why people don't talk about Tron. I don't know, Rug. People really don't like Justin Sun. That's one reason. I talk about Tron. I don't talk about it as a network or something. Like, it's so decentralized. I just talk about, like, I use it to send USDT, and the chart is badass. I've been saying this for months, if not years. Like, this is one of the strongest charts in crypto. Still is. Like, this is wild. Like, it has tracked with Bitcoin pretty well. This chart looks nothing like almost any other altcoin chart against Bitcoin. Not over this time period. Gambling coin. Yeah. I mean, you look at the USD pair, it hasn't been that volatile. Sui, Ondo. I mean, Ondo, that guy just died, didn't he? That's crazy. Sui, I don't know. I feel like these all are just like coins that had a lot of hype. It doesn't seem like hype is good for coins. It's like good for it short term and then never. This could be worse. Ondo could be worse. I mean, you can still fill at 28 cents. You just don't want to lose your low from earlier in May. If you do, then you're going back to 28 cents. Went right to resistance, pulled back. Put that alert on. Sui. You'll also notice that, like, the biggest accounts on YouTube, the biggest YouTube accounts. Damn, that one's cooked. Whatever they shilled in the bull market, it's like those things just die. They just, I don't know. I remember a bunch of YouTube channels shilling a bunch of these that just have done nothing. Boom, baby. Sui, perfect short, 130. It's like the short. I mean, I guess that target's far away. Near, what's up, JNKZ? How you doing, brother? Took the short, long, and 97. We'll see if that holds. Like, this has to hold. Like, if you don't hold this higher low on Sui, you got like a shot at 78 cents, but I mean, you're just revisiting October's low. If this is a failed rally, you're going back to October's low. If not lower. 45 cents. I could be a buyer at 45. See what happens. 𝐂𝐻. Yeah, 𝐂𝐻 fell off the radar. Fell off the radar quick. It was looking really good. 𝐂𝐻 against Bitcoin. Wow. I don't, this rally could be going still. It did break out against Bitcoin. Did not make the move, which is unusual for these BTC pairs. They don't tend to fake out as often. Usually when they break a resistance, like they continue. Retracement from that high, I guess sellers did come in. It's like USD didn't break the high. That's wild. That's wild, bro. 𝐂𝐻's still not bad. Under 490 and market structure's broken. It looks pretty cooked. It does suck that it didn't break that higher high in USD. That was really what it needed. Did not get there. Near for Mr. JNKZ on the TikToks. Oh, that's not what you want to see. Perfect rejection. Perfect rejection yesterday. Let's go. I have not looked at this. Perfect rejection from resistance on the BTC pair. Boom. Holding on, okay. Got a little order block of support here. Holding on. If they can break yesterday's high against Bitcoin, probably looking for another leg up. Unfortunately, you hit. Looks like you hit resistance on both pairs at the same time. Yep, same time. Not bad though. There are worse. It's not going to earn itself in the top, in the most bullish category. Oof. 300. $3, not 300. $3. Oof. $2. If I was looking for a long, go for $2. $3 looks like a brick wall. Let's wait for that. Morpho. Morpho. What the hell is Morpho? Ah. Ah. What's our boy talking about now? Oh, it's over. What was the last thing that was said?
Understanding for speed. One of the things that will happen is the strait will open. I was invited by numerous people and Jim, and I think I'll be going. It's great to see it. You know, the Knicks have really, they've really suffered for years, and they're doing right now very well.
Would you accept an agreement with Iran that just calls for further talks on uranium? Or
No.
The only option.
No, the basics. No, I would for some of it, because it's a memorandum of understanding for speed. And one of the things that will happen is the strait will open immediately. But it's got to be perfect. I'm not going to do this. I didn't do this
The
to get
strait's
the
already
agreement.
open, guys.
The worst agreement ever signed is by Barack Hussein Obama. What a horrible agreement that was. It was a setback for this country, for the whole world. The Middle East would have blown itself up. No, I would like to have the countries we were talking about, with Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, and the others. We'd like to have them immediately join and Steve Witkoff is working on that with Jared and some others, but would like to have them join the Abraham Accords. It'll be historic if they do it. And we would. I think they owe that to us, to be honest.
Trump at higher
I think because
speeds.
that really would be a tremendous sign. And I think those countries owe it to us. Steve, are you going to get them to sign?
We're definitely pushing it, Mr. President.
I'm not sure we should make the deal if they don't sign. You want to know the truth. If they don't sign to join the Abraham Accords, I don't know that we have countries in there already. UAE, great countries, bold countries, and it's turned out to be so good, so effective, and so we're requesting strongly that they join. It'll be great. It'll be great for Saudi Arabia. It'll be great for Qatar and Kuwait, the whole group.
So the Iran deal might be contingent on more countries joining.
I don't know. I don't want to say that. I'm not going to give you what's contingent, what's not. I can say that we can make a good deal right now, but maybe not a great deal. And if it's not a great deal, we're not making it. So because we can make a great deal with this guy right here, and but it's it's a lot nastier.
I already opened the strait,
Probably
guys.
wouldn't
The
go as
strait, I've
quickly.
opened it. Don't worry.
Wouldn't
It's
be
already,
talking
I
about
opened
as
it.
quickly, but
I
it would be foolproof. But I think we're doing very well, Steve. I think we're doing pretty well in terms of the negotiation. But we'll see. If it's not going to be a real deal, because Obama had that horrible JCPOA, whatever it was. It was the worst deal. It was a path for Iran to have a nuclear weapon very quickly. Years ago,
This
they
is
would have
all
a nuclear
Obama's
weapon.
fault. Probably Biden's
We
fault.
might not
too,
be here
though.
talking about it right now.
Biden
They
and
would have
Obama.
a nuclear weapon. And frankly, Obama picked the wrong country. He should have picked another country. I won't tell you what it was. But he picked the wrong country when he picked Iran. But we have things understood now with Iran. It's been nasty. They've lost their leaders. They've lost, and it really is regime change. We didn't
That's why
set out
the
for
strait's
regime
open.
change. But by the fact that we're dealing with a totally different group of people than we were at the
Obama
beginning.
lives
And frankly, I
rent
find them
free
to
in
be
this
much
man's head.
More reasonable. I actually find them
Rent-free.
to be smarter, but I find them to be much more reasonable. This is regime change. One regime is gone, another regime is gone. We're dealing with the third.
You get a
Pieces
bunch of
of it.
regimes.
Because some of them are gone too. And I find them, I think, how can you have a stronger regime change than that, So I do find that. I'd like to thank you all very much. We're doing great. Our country is doing fantastically well, and this group of people is outstanding. Thank you all very much.
We didn't get to catch what he said. Yeah, I'm good on that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I've already declared the strait open, and I've already declared that I actually won the war. So, neither Iran nor the U.S. won. I won, and I opened the strait. I've already declared it. I dibsed it, so there's very little anyone else can do at this point. It's been dibsed. Bitcoin looks garbage again. Looks garbage. Lower highs. Retesting support. Looks like it wants to break down. Help us. Help me. You can help me by subscribing, hitting the like button, sharing, jumping in our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. In the Discord, you will find affiliate links. Find affiliate links right here. You can sign up with your exchange partners, Femex, Buy. There's all of these. You can sign up with any of them. The links are right here if you need the links. If you do, you'll get our VIP roles in that Discord for free. Yes, it's magic. Discord.gg/TomCrown. Sign up with FemX and BYD-Fi. Help support the stream and our partners with exchanges. If you ever have issues with them, I will help you. It's my word. Appreciate you tuning in. We're going to be live again Friday. I'm going to have my surgery tomorrow. My operation tomorrow. I'll let you know how it goes. I appreciate